Namaste. This is the second session that I'm presenting you today, and today's topic of discussion is communicating as a professional activity. And in this session, I'll be focusing mainly on what it means to communicate as a professional in business. Before I start defining communication, let me just share you the difference between job and profession. Job is performed in exchange of monetary value, while vocation, the profession is based on specialized training. Jobs are generally short term, while professions are long term. And with this brief introduction, now let me define the term professional communication. Professional communication involves the four modes of communication. We communicate in different ways. Its forms are speaking, writing, listening, and responding. And these speaking, writing, listening, and responding, they take place either face to face or electronically. Now, in case of professional communication, whether you are sitting in a business or meeting or attending a job interview or emailing a client, having a good communication skill is essential. It can mean the difference between getting your views across and being misunderstood, getting the dream job or missing out, and building a strong and positive relationship rather than facing conflict and barriers. Now, basically, in professional communication, we use the three methods: oral communication, written communication, and non-verbal communication as well. Now, oral communication is also called verbal communication or spoken communication, which includes the face-to-face meeting, telephone calls, as well as the medium such as radio and television. Likewise, the written communication, there are a huge number of methods from sending emails and writing letters to books, magazines, social media, and various other forms. Third one is nonverbal communication. When thinking about communication, we cannot ignore the nonverbal communication because it is important not to forget uh, about things that we don't not say, as it can still tell anyone a lot about you. Now, why do we need it? What is the importance of this professional communication? Remember, some of the best communicators of all time, such as Martin Luther King Jr., Oprah Winfrey, Winston Churchill, Steve Jobs, their messages have inspired people and changed the world. By thinking about what they achieved, you can understand the importance of good communication. Anyway, there are some good professional communication skills that we need to build. First one is, if good communication power you have, it can ensure you pick the right communication method for your audience as well. Or in your company, you need to choose the right method of communication to others. And employees can get motivated if you communicate well. And even good communication avoids the misunderstanding, and it will help you work effectively in a group as well. It can inspire others. Now, how can you develop the professional communication skills? Always ask for feedbacks, because you have not become the manager right now. You will be. So, being a student, from today, start asking your friends, communicate with them, ask for the feedback, learn from others, try active listening, enroll in courses as well if possible. If you can do these four things, definitely you will become a professional communication. Now, next thing what you to know is attributes of professional communicators. Who are professional communicators and what can make you professional communicator? The first thing, the first component and mandatory component to become a professional communicator is specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge here, I mean to say that you need to have the knowledge of your area, what you wish to convey, what you are trying to convey to your people, what you are trying to convey. You need to have the knowledge. Now, specialized knowledge also includes your personal development plus specialized knowledge. It means the personal development and specialized knowledge brings a success for you. So you need to build the knowledge in the area in which you are going to talk, or you will talk to your employees and others. Having a specialized knowledge will not only improve you, for that you also need competency. Competency here means competency in case of your subject matter area where you've been working, and competency also includes the communicative competency here. Competency to me is any attitude, any skill, behavior, motive, or other personal characteristics that is essential for an individual to perform a job, or more importantly, differentiate solid from outstanding performance. That is competence. That is competence. Simply, how can you become the competent communicator? We need to know it also. In communicating with others, some people are better at it than others. Actually, what you want to do is that you want to communicate to people effectively. To communicate effectively means to get your points across in the way that you intend. The message that you intend to send has been received by your audience in the way in which you have intended it. If so, the misunderstanding will not occur. Otherwise, if your message will be misunderstood, and that will not be the effective communication. And to communicate appropriately means to attend to the rules and expectations that apply in the social situation here in your organization. Now, communication competence has certain components. First one is self awareness. The self awareness means being aware of your own communication behavior. Part of this is self monitoring as well. It means you need to observe your own communication behavior and ensure they are appropriate to the situation. Likewise, adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to adapt your communication to the environment you are in. That is, you would not communicate in the same way to your closest friend as you would to your coworkers. Rather, while you are at work, you would adapt your communication behaviors to the norms and standards of the communication environment at work. And when you are with your friends, you adapt to the social environment accordingly. Next thing, for the communicative competence, you need to build empathy as well. Yet the empathy means that you communicate with another person while putting yourself in that person's shoe, so to speak. For example, if your friend has just announced he's getting divorced, You would consider that friend's frame of mind and refrain from bringing up how great your own significant relationship is at the moment. Avoid such statement. Avoiding that statement will likely only serve to make your friend feel worse about his or her own challenging situation. Likewise, cognitive complexity is also another thing. You need to think of the cognitive complexity also, because when someone is sharp with you, it could be from something you have done. Yes, perhaps that person is reacting to you. However, it could also be a result of that person's physical well being at the moment. Perhaps he or she has a headache. That's why he has spoken in such a sharp way. You must understand it as well. And while communicating, ethics also you need to consider. Ethics means to communicate in a way that they are morally correct. That is, when someone is particularly vulnerable, we do not take advantage of that person's weakened state to get him or her to agree to something that he or she otherwise would not like have done. Now, next thing, iceberg model of competence is there. In iceberg model, I have taken this from the source. Iceberg model of competence, there is iceberg, and in iceberg there is a visible part and there is an invisible part. And invisible parts are knowledge and skills, but there are four other invisible parts: social role, self image, trait, and motives. So you must have well awareness about these invisible parts as well. If you are aware of these all, two visible and four invisible, definitely you will be the professional communicator. So what are these components here? Two components visible, two parts, knowledge and skill, and four invisible: social role, self-image, trait, and motives. Now, next component or element of a professional communicator is honesty and integrity. It means a professional communicator always has honesty and integrity. Honesty and integrity. Here, I mean to say that, in business, there is no one size fits all model. Each company is different. Corporate office, the corporate and office dynamics change every year. Employees behavior changes, customer behavior changes, and the only way to address all of this is to always remain honest about what's going on in your business. Now, there's the importance of integrity as well. When you study the great leaders, you see one consistent character trait in each of them: integrity. That is integrity. Great leader model integrity by standing by what they say they will do and doing what's right no matter the circumstances. Having integrity means putting personal agendas aside to focus on the greater good of your company and the people it serves. Now, how can we incorporate honesty and integrity into communication? I mean, for example, in business, first thing, keep your words. Keep your words. If you want to establish a solid reputation, you must deliver on your promise without excuse and without a change of condition. Let your S be S. Next, keep your commitments. I mean to say that if you say you're going to be somewhere, you must be. Keep your commitment. If you just promise something, do that. Pay attention to your environment as well. Stay focused on what you're doing or what you're sharing, what you're communicating. Surround yourself with the honest people. This is one of the key factor of effective or professional communicator. Likewise, take responsibility. I'll be talking about it later on also. So right now I'll not be thinking more about it. Next one, accountability. Accountability means accepting responsibility, and there are six steps of accountability. There are six steps of accountability. First one is self honesty. Second, value others. Third, keep records. Fourth, take responsibility. Five, do the right thing. Six, act promptly with the care. If you can do these all, definitely you will be accountable and you will be the professional communicator as well. It means accountability is the key to great communication, effective communication. This is what we have to understand. Another component of professional communicator is self-regulation. And this self-regulation includes the number of factors. However, before that, let me just define what this means. Self regulation is mostly about being able to control your emotions and responses to situations and other people. Let me reiterate it. Self regulation is mostly about being able to control your emotions and responses to situations and other people. But it is also about feeling positive emotions and expressing positive emotions to others. And under this, there are certain elements that come. First one is emotional self control, it means controlling impulsive emotions. Next, trustworthiness, it means being honest and taking action that is in the line with your values. Next, flexibility, it means being able to adapt and work with different people in different situations. Next one, optimism, the ability to see opportunities in situation and the good in the other people. Achievement, developing your performance to meet your own standard of experience and initiatives, taking actions when it is necessary. But for doing it, you need to control the negative reactions. Sometimes it's okay to let emotions control us, especially when it comes to positive emotions. But negative reactions must be controlled here. Otherwise, that may create anger, fear, frustration, and your organization may not run smoothly. You know, uh, self regulation, that's all. And elements of professional communication, as given in your book, are be the best professional communicator, be dependable, be a team player, be respectful, be clear, be ethical. So this is all for today. I'll be sharing you again next time. Please subscribe the channel, share it. I'll be sharing more and more. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.